I have always loved reading books, and of course I started by reading real books, and I thought it was a huge pleasure reading books. But after a while I thought the text in books is so small, so it's hard to read, and you can't resize the text, if you know what I mean, and you can't have less words on one page. So I thought it gets harder and harder to read. Maybe it's my age, I don't know. But with that, I thought of why not start reading books on my iPhone and iPad instead. So, for example, if I have my iPad here, I could actually read books on an iPad like this, and it was very easy to raise and lower the text size and how many words you would like to have on the same page while reading, and very easy to go back and forward in the book and do bookmarks, notes, note-taking, highlights, whatever in the book on my iPad and iPhone. So it was very easy to read like that. And you could also do this, and this was one of the greatest thing with reading on my iPad and iPhone. By doing this,
Myself in the classroom, that's what I did. I could not throw myself down the playing field, but I did throw myself into my studies.
I
And
could
thereafter I became
have
president
it
of my social
read
club. The
aloud
Hellfires,
for
I
me,
presume, would work
the
best.
book.
No, not the Hellfires, the Ruskins. We emulated the Hellfires in some things, but we were rather more studious. Quite a bit more timid.
And this works
John
really,
still seemed to
really,
realize that.
really good on the iPhone and iPad. So I thought this is the perfect way reading books. You can read along while the book gets read aloud for you. I thought this was the greatest thing you could do while reading. But after a while my eyes get tired and quite hurt. I got headaches and so on, and the reason for that is some of my latest phones, iPhones especially, has PWM dimming. So that means that the display pulsates while reading, and if the display pulsates while reading, then you get headaches and tired eyes. So that was not optimal for me. So I needed another way to read books. So I started studying e-book readers, e-readers with e-ink displays. So the first e-reader I bought was the Kobo Libra H2O. And I thought it was amazing to read on e-ink displays, because then my eyes didn't get tired and I didn't get any headaches anymore. So e-ink displays was the future for me. So I bought a Kobo Libra H2O when it came out, maybe a few months after it came out. I bought the Kobo Libra H2O, and I had it for a few years. But then I started to think that the format of the Kobo Libra H2 was no good. As you can see, it's quite squared and quite hard to hold in the hand, and I didn't think the buttons was on the right place on it, so it was very hard and non-ergonomic to read on a Kobo Libra H2O. And I didn't like that, so I decided to buy the Kobo Clara 2E instead, because the size was smaller and you could easily hold it, and it was very light and thin, and I really liked that for a while. And also it was very easy to take with you, so I could read wherever I was. But also, once again, after a while, I thought that it wasn't so easy to read everywhere, because I want to read a few lines where I am, for example, standing in a line, or on the toilet, or in bed, in the sofa, wherever I am, and maybe sometimes at lunch break at my work and so on. So this was not so easy because it was not with me everywhere I was. So once again I thought, what should I do? I need to be able to read on my iPhone and my iPad, and also at the same time have some kind of e-ink display so I don't get tired in my eyes and so on. So once again I decided to study e-ink readers and started to read a lot about books and pocketbook, or a lot of different ebook readers. But once again, the syncing between apps, the Kobo couldn't sync side-loaded books to my iPhone and iPad. There was no possible way doing that. You could only sync books you bought in the Kobo store, and I never bought books in the Kobo store. So I couldn't sync my books to my iPhone and iPad, so I couldn't read on all my devices. So after a while I decided to try Amazon Kindle instead. So I bought a Paperwhite, the latest Paperwhite from Amazon, and this has changed everything for me now, because this can sync with the Kindle app on my phone, very, very easy. So I can read on my phone at the same time as reading on my Kindle Paperwhite, and also on my iPad at the same time. And that was a huge, huge difference for me. So that has made me not use my Kobo e-reader anymore, because they can't sync with my iPhone and iPad. I can't read wherever I am with a Kobo e-reader, sadly so. So I have now decided to use my Kindle device for everything. So I have my Kindle device when I'm outside reading, because they are great in the sunlight, direct sunlight. It's great to read on a Kindle Paperwhite, Kindle ebook reader. And if I am in a line or waiting for something, I can read quite easily on my iPhone instead. So, and everything syncs, bookmarks, highlights, notes, everything syncs between all my devices. And that is the best thing with everything. So I can sync between my devices. That is everything I need, really. So once again, the Paperwhite has changed everything for me. It's so easy now to read again, and everything is in sync. So I hardly never use my Kobo devices anymore, because I use my Kindle Paperwhite together with my iPhone and my iPad. So these three is what I use to reading books, and I can read with text-to-speech on my iPhone and my iPad. When I can do that and listen to the same text be read aloud at the same time as I read a book. And then when I want some quiet time, for example, before I go to bed in a dark room, I always use my Kindle Paperwhite instead, and reading a book with real pleasure. And also outside in direct sunlight, I always go back to my Kindle Paperwhite. It's so good device. And it's a myth that the Kindle device is a locked down, locked in device. A lot of rumors, a lot of videos says that they prefer using Kobo devices because Amazon Kindle e-readers are locked in and locked down to Amazon store and so on. And that is a complete myth. That is not true. A Kobo is exactly as locked down if you decide to buy books in the Kobo store on your Kobo device. It's the same thing as if you buy books on Amazon to read on your Kindle. It's the same locked in, locked down device. No difference there. So it's a myth that the Kindle is more locked down. The only difference actually is that you can, for example, on my Kobo Libra H2O, I am running co-reader. So you can hack a Kobo device a lot easier. That is true. So you can install different software on a Kobo device. So that is the huge difference, yes. But otherwise it's a myth. A Kobo device is exactly as locked down, locked in device as a Kindle device. No difference there. So stop think that a Kindle is locked to Amazon, because it isn't. You can sideload EPUB files very easily to a Kindle device. You can add books directly from Calibre software on your computer to your Kindle device. Very easy. So it's a complete myth that you can't sideload and read whatever book you want on a Kindle device. It's exactly as easy as doing that on a Kobo. And it's even easier to sideload books on a Kindle than on a Kobo, because you can do that wirelessly on a Kindle device. You can't do that on a Kobo. So stop saying that Kindle devices are more locked in, locked down, because they aren't. They aren't. You can sideload books easier than you can on a Kobo device. So stop doing that. So I think this was quite long video, but I think this video will be in my podcast on this English YouTube channel. So it will fit as a podcast in my new uncut, raw and personal podcast. You can find that on my channel. So you can watch it as a video, and you can also listen to it soon on YouTube Music as a podcast. That will be awesome. So please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I need more subscribers, so please do that. Okay, bye.